Hello, I'm 5th District Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. We have our community spotlight today. And what's great about today, it's the month of May and it's Teacher Appreciation Month. And one of the people we wanted to spotlight today was our superintendent from the San Bernardino City Unified School District, Mauricio Arellano. I want to welcome you to the show. So tell us about, your upbringing. You're a local product. You're from the city of San Bernardino. Your parents migrated from Mexico. What made you decide to get into education?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I appreciate the opportunity. As you said, I grew up in San Bernardino, graduated from San Bernardino High School, and my whole life was here. And education was by accident. I actually went to college wanting to be an FBI agent or a CIA, some sort of national security type position. And there was a hiring freeze. And so my dad encouraged me to apply as a substitute teacher. I went. They found out that I spoke Spanish, and at that time they were looking for elementary bilingual teachers.
Wow.
And so they asked me, how would you like to teach for $19,500 a year? And I'm like, I hit the jackpot.
That's good.
So I started teaching, and then after that I just fell in love, and 37 years later, still love what I do.
That's great. So now that you're back as superintendent in the city of San Bernardino or San Bernardino City Unified, how does it feel to come back to a community that raised you? This community raised you, but now you're back here working and leading the district to many great things.
Well, first of all, it's a feeling of great humility and also a feeling of great gratitude. This is my opportunity to give back for everything that was given to me, to my family, to my parents who, my dad worked in the district for many years, and to give back to all the teachers that poured into me over the years. So it's very gratifying to come back and be able to add a little positivity, add a little encouragement, make the kids really believe in themselves, that they can compete against anybody in the state, in the United States, across the world, just being their greatest cheerleaders. So I just want to emulate what was emulated for me, and hopefully that I can push our kids to be successful, hopefully stay here, build our middle class back up here in the city of San Bernardino and revitalize our economy and have it be the inland empire that we knew growing up in this area.
Sure. And one of the things I appreciate, I see a lot of community events, whether it's school district, city events, or just, events in general. One of the things I appreciate about you is that you're always positive, you're always uplifting. And I think you set a good example for our kids and our community. And what do you think your role plays as a role model for our kids coming from this district?
Well, thank you for the compliment, Supervisor Baca, because I feel the same of you. I love what you do as well. It's keeping a positive environment in our city, making our kids believe in each other. So I do believe it's our job together as leaders to make kids believe in themselves, that they have the potential to be great, and to have them understand their brilliance. And I think together with the work that you and I are doing, with the work of City Council, with all the different nonprofits, everybody's buying into that positivity that you and I are trying to model. And when the kids believe that somebody believes in them, they will achieve. And as you see, our data is starting to show that our kids are doing well academically. We have more kids going to college. We have more kids getting A through G passage rates to be eligible. So that positivity is infectious. And, I hope that you and I can look back 30 years from now and say, we had a little piece of turning the corner for this great city.
No, you are making a difference. And I look at all the schools that these kids are getting accepted to, universities, all the pathways, all the great things that you're doing on campus. But tell us about education. You started, it's been 37 years. What have you seen change over the years since the time you maybe started as a teacher substitute to now as a superintendent?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot has changed, right? Obviously, technology and innovation, what classrooms look like are very different from when you and I were kids. And so we've had the pressure of making sure that we're keeping up, that we're providing the experiences for our kids, that kids in Beverly Hills or Mission Viejo or any other community where there's a lot more affluence than there is here, that we are providing those experiences for our kids, right? So that has changed. Also, I do appreciate a lot of the legislature that has happened over the years where we've moved from let's kick kids out and find kids doing bad things to let's keep kids in school, help them understand and learn from their mistakes and not have them ruin their lives forever, but keep pushing them forward because in life we all get kicked and we have to get up, right? And so I do appreciate a lot of the laws that have changed that have forced us in a good way to be more inclusive instead of kicking kids out of school. And I think in the long run, that's going to benefit our city, that's going to benefit the Inland Empire, and it's going to benefit our kids in their future.
No, you bring up a good point about not giving up on the kids. And before, things were very black and white and cut and dry when it came to school discipline. And it seems like you've kind of found a way to, work with those kids, help them, and turn things around. I think that's critical, especially for many challenges that we have in our community. And that's just so great. What do you see as the vision for the school district, maybe the next 3 to 5 years? And one of the things that I appreciate about you and the school board is you made a lot of investments in capital with athletic fields, pathways. I mean, all these beautiful buildings that are really just great investments. But tell us what you see in the future for the school district.
Yeah, well, one of my major objectives is I want our school district to be seen as a serious institution of academics. That's number one. Number two, I want everyone in my organization to truly believe that our kids are brilliant and they can succeed. And number three, I want our kids to feel that love and that genuine belief that we have in them. So those are three overarching themes. Obviously, what we want is when a kid graduates, we want to make sure that they have options. That if they want to go to a four-year college, we've made that happen. If they want to go to a junior college, we've made that happen. If there are decisions they want to go to the military, that we've helped them get to that point. Or if they want to go right into the workforce, that we have created those opportunities in the K-12 experience to have them prepared to walk across stage on a Monday and go right into work on Tuesday. And I'm proud to announce, and I know you're part of this, and I appreciate that, we now have a relationship with San Mateo County where our students who graduate with their career technical education certification now have first opportunities to compete for jobs in San Mateo County jobs. And that to me brings me great joy because that means we're working together to keep our kids here and grow roots here, buy a home, and stay here and build our city. So thank you and to the county supervisors for supporting that.
No, that's incredible things that you're doing. And you kind of bring up a couple good points. One is all of our students are not a one size fit all, and they all get there different ways and they all make different choices, but you provide many, many options with the school district. The other thing you brought up is the partnership, between the county and school district. And we've done great things. You want to talk about that partnership and maybe why you think it's important for our community?
Yeah, well, first of all, we're the members of the Board of Education, myself, are very grateful to you and the Board of Supervisors for all the support that you've provided us to help us meet a lot of our goals, whether it's financial donations for our wellness center, for soccer fields, for lights, for our kids to participate in athletics. That relationship is important because it does take a village. I know it's a saying that's often said, but people don't really understand the depth of it. It does take a village. And what I appreciate with your leadership is that you understand that it takes a village and that you are pouring back into the community that gave to you so much, right?
Sure.
So that partnership has been great because now our kids have experiences that they wouldn't have had, that kids in other affluent neighborhoods do have, but they wouldn't have here. With your support and the support of the supervisors and working together, our kids now are having experiences that they wouldn't have had, and therefore they can compete with anybody.
I appreciate it. And probably the last thing was we wrap things up. You talked about partnership and things in affluent communities. One of the things that we've done, and I appreciate it, when you first got appointed to the member of as superintendent, we talked about building a fire station on campus at Arrowhead Elementary School. And that's critical, obviously, the need for public safety, but to let our kids know they can be firefighters. And that's one of the things sometimes that's disheartening for me is our community kids don't even think about firefighter or becoming a firefighter. You have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, first of all, we're very proud that we were able to reverse that cycle and be able to do something for the county and for you as well. And we're very proud of that. And we know that that was crucially needed in that neighborhood, safety. But at the same time, you're right, we're going to capitalize on making sure that our boys and girls and our students, Latino students, African-American students who sometimes don't see themselves in those positions, now be able to be a part of that growing up as kids with the firefighters and hopefully see themselves in those positions in the future. And I know you and I have talked about that, of having that fire station be the conduit perhaps to kids going into that career as early as going 5th, 6th grade and having that already in their mind. So that just experience and exposure is crucial. So I want to again thank you for that opportunity.
We appreciate it. As we wrap things up, is there anything you would like to share positive to the community as you look in the camera?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm very proud to be of San Bernardino and from San Bernardino. I'm very proud to be back in San Bernardino, and I want everybody to believe in our kids and believe in their ability to be great. And we just ask you to be a part of this energy that Supervisor Baca and myself have going here in the city, and we're going to work hard to bring this city back to all the greatness that it once had. And I'm very optimistic. So thank you, sir, for your support.
Well, thank you, Superintendent Arellano, for the great work that you're doing in the partnership and the vision you have for our kids and our community. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with the Community Spotlight. May is recognized as Teacher Appreciation Month, and we want to recognize our school superintendent, Arellano. Thank you all for tuning in.